Welcome, this is Nathan and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will be taking a look at a scenario where civilization starts over, episode 26. In the last video, we saw the assassination of the red team, and still, nobody knows who did it. And the new red team leader is trying to say that somebody in the Circle Alliance did it. And the Chocolate team is trying to claim they didn't, but yeah, it's one hell of a mess. But in today's video, we are going to be seeing the final build-up and also World War II. That's right, I'm straight up saying it. World War II is breaking out in this video, and we're going to see the beginning to the climax. This is going to be the longest video in a while, and I hope you're ready. Let me just do something. There we go. Right. So anyway, we're going to do some little events before World War II breaks out, but we're going to begin with the expansion of the Red Team's alliance. They will be gaining a new member, and this will be the Central Asian Union. This is Layer 1, this is not Layer 2. I got rid of the trade routes, they're kind of useless now. But we see the Central Asian Union join the Red Team's alliance. And this isn't like a really good gain, it's something, but you know, take what you can get, I guess. But anyway, we're going to begin over here in China, where we see the collapse of the blue team. Their economy just can't keep up with anything, even though the Great Depression is basically over now. Their economy just cannot keep up and they collapse. So, the blue team, well, I don't actually know what to call these guys. China, should I call them China? Oh my god, just let me select their colour. China will be the first one to make a move as they send their troops in to capture all the land they can. And the rest of the Chinese nations look at this China and like, really? I mean, you're already huge, why are you doing this? China gives no answer, and well, they cut off the purple team and Vietnam for getting any land. And, even worse, the green and yellow team ain't gonna get any land because their armies are too slow. As the entire pink team, peachy pink team, will take over the rest of the blue team. Finally, that thing is gone. That thing has been ugly this entire time. Anyway, we're gonna come to the pink team because I think I need to talk about them. They've been quiet. Their military has been building up, and to be fair, the world is more focused on the red and chocolate team both throwing hands with each other. Not really, but they look like they're about to both explode into a world war. But the pink team is really silent. They did some expansion and then just went completely quiet. It's not normal for a country that does expansion just to go quiet. The only thing that people have reported is that they are building up their army and also are working on a project that nobody knows about. Whatever this project is, people don't really know what it is, but you'll figure out in the next episode, which is going to be sort of the peace treaty of World War II. It's not going to be the actual, official... I'm not going to divide up these colonies in that episode. I'm just going to do the peace treaty and show you guys what they do with everything. But anyway, I think it's time to stop delaying, as we are going to become to the border of the khaki team and the lion team. Right now, there are troops stationed across the entire border, and they have been pointing guns at each other for a while. We also see this throughout all of Africa, and let's just say something happens. A group of soldiers on the khaki team, not knowing where the border meets with the line team, enter into the line team, and the line team sees this, and they go to the red team and like, hey bro, some troops just enter into our country, and the leader is like, kill them. Not even send them back, just kill them. And the line team is like, why? They might not have known where they're going. And the red team's just like, no, kill them. So the line team, being basically the puppet of the red team, will kill all the troops that entered in. And once this reports come back to the khaki team and the chocolate team, they both look at it and see this as... They see it as a declaration of war, basically. And, well, let's just say the red team kind of wanted this. The red team will send a declaration of war to the khaki team, activating the Circle Alliance, and also, not just that, the red team will call for the Triangle Alliance to join the war, but we already see the line team join. Finland says we are not going to get involved yet. We don't know who's going to win this. Even though the chocolate team, I'll say it, the chocolate and red team, they are both, like, tied for power. They are both really, really tied up there for power, and I have no sweet clue who's stronger. The Central Asian Union also says that they're going to stay out of it. They said that they more join this alliance from the defense from the pink team because of them building up something. But no matter what, the line team will begin the invasion. Will be the leading force here, as their army is already set up on the border. And to signify invaded land, I'm going to do this. The line team will quickly send in their troops, trying to take over as many major cities as... Actually, that's also something I should probably mention. Do you guys want to see major cities, provinces? I know Dispro did it, but I feel like major cities should be on this map. But anyway, we see the line team have a great success in defeating the khaki team. That is until it doesn't go successful and there's a stalemate. But you know where is something that's been successful? The red team's invasion of Africa. The red team's army is, like, okay, power-wise, stability and economy, the chocolate and red team are close. Military-wise, the red team is bonkers. They've been building up for this war for a while. So red team troops will immediately attack the colony of the khaki team in Ethiopia. And with basically nobody to defend us, and also pretty much open armed by the people who don't want to be ruled anymore, we see a really easy sweep through of the khaki team's colony. Same can't be said about the burgundy team's colony. This thing has really good defensive forces. Hold on, are they even in this war? Okay, they are. And let's just say the red team was not expecting this much defense from them. So the red team will stop around there, but the khaki team's colony is probably going to fall very quickly, as the people here are now trying to rebel. The Ethiopian country is not a big fan of, the khaki team. They want to be freed. Coming back over here to Europe, the line team is not doing well, so they devise a plan. Instead of going through the khaki team, how about we go through Poland? This goes well for a couple of weeks. Poland is probably the third strongest country in the... I wouldn't say the khaki team's the strongest. I think Poland's the third strongest country in the alliance, and the burgundy team is second, and obviously chocolate team's first. But at this rate, this war is going in favour for the red team and the Triangle Alliance. And we're seeing some countries thinking about joining. Such countries include Finland, the green team, and some other countries I won't name. Now, I need to signify something. The red team's not helping the lime team, and chocolate team forces now arriving on the khaki team's border. So this push that the lime team was having is kind of failing. They are able to hold out here, but other than that, it's not going well. So what do you do when it's not going well? Well, you blitzkrieg through a tiny little country. The lime team will send troops smashing... What? The lime team will smash right through the blue team, completely capitulating them, and completely nearly surprising Poland, and beginning to do an encirclement, trying to do an encirclement, and also trying to cut off Poland. This fails, and Poland stops it. Whee! Yeah, okay, that was expected. At this rate, the lime team is begging the red team for help. They are not going to be able to do this. They are not. I don't even know if the lime team is a top 10 power, and they're trying to fight number 2, number 2, and a bunch of other countries as well. And the red team is not really having any problem in Africa, so why aren't they helping their ally, who has been their ally for a while? I think the lime team and red team have been allies for ages. Well, let's just say the old leader was very, very, open with his allies. This new leader isn't. All he has on his mind is revenge, and that's not something even the people of the red team are exactly happy about. But anyway, at this rate, the khaki team colony is falling apart. And we actually see it declare its independence, which is huge. The khaki team's empire is now collapsing in front of them. I genuinely mean that. As they are now trying to put down uprisings in Australia and Brazil. But the khaki team is struggling. The mainland is even struggling as well. They're struggling, but they're going to hold off for now. The lime team will try to make one final good push to defend themselves and go on defense. As they do this, and then they hold on defense. And their defenses are actually pretty good. And it's at this point that we have the joining of another country. Finland will join the war. Finland didn't want to join the war because they were preparing to join the war. But their navy is in full force, and they have just successfully made a landing in Estonia. This is bad. Poland is now facing a two-front war. Poland is not I just realised. Okay, I'm sorry, Poland, Polish people. I am sorry. I did not mean for this to happen. I promise you, this was not intended. Anyway, how's it going down here? Okay, whoa. The lime team has been able to do a successful push, which cost them a lot, but they have been able to do it. And the red team's still not sending them aid, and the lime team is thinking about leaving the war, which would be horrendous for the red team. They are the lime team's a key factor here. They are the way to get into Europe. But well, the reason the red team hasn't been doing anything is because they just invaded Sicily. Oh no. Oh, now they're... Oh, now then the... Oh no, that's not... Oh no. The red team has made a landing in the khaki team. And the lime team is now finally getting support from the red team. This is really bad. This is bad. At this point, the chocolate team is going to try and get some allies. So first they go down to Morocco and hey, Morocco, can you join the war? And Morocco's like, nope. And that's because what's the reason? You took over our continent. You only left 3 other countries. You only left 1 country besides me. Why should I help you? To be honest, Morocco is kind of in support of the Red Team. Not really, the Red Team was one of the dividers of Africa, but they're in support of the freedom of Africa and the world as a whole from colonization. And they're kind of in support of watching the collapse of the Khaki Team, which is slowly trying to unfold in front of everyone's eyes. The Lion Team will make a push to the... what's this sea called? Adriatic, I think that's it. And this is successful, and now we see the Lion Team actually being able to push back with the help from the Red Team. At this point, the Khaki Team realises they have to go on defence, which they do. The Chocolate Team is now having to send forces down here, and here, which is a lot for their country to handle. And, I should say the empires of the world are actually beginning to struggle. The only one that's not struggling is the Iberian countries, but the Chocolate Team is starting to get strained. Their economies are trying to break away now. Even then, these two are experiencing some problems. This guy isn't. He's chilling. He's fine. But the Red Team is winning this war, and there'd have to be a miracle for the Brown Team to win this war. And right now, there is no miracle. Or is there? The Turquoise Team joins World War II. I need to say World War III. We are not there yet. The Turquoise Team has just joined World War II. This is huge. The people of the Turquoise Team have been wanting their empire back for a long, long time. And they see the best opportunity right now. The Red Team's armies are completely focused in Europe and Africa. This is the time to strike. Oh, Jesus, nope. You know who else thinks it's time to strike? The Turquoise Team will invade the Green Team. They're not yellow. The Turquoise Team, once the strongest country in the world but collapsed, will begin its invasion of its former self of the Green Team. This Green Team has not been doing well, and we see the Turquoise Team sweep through them as they take the capital of them and will capitulate this country within a couple of weeks. From here on out, the Turquoise Team will begin its invasion into the Red Team, and the Red Team will have to begin taking troops from Africa and Europe to face the Turquoise Team. The tide of the war is changing. It is still very likely that the Red Team will be able to win this, but with the Turquoise Team on the side of the Chocolate Team, this is going to be a very hard war for the Red Team to win. And also, their country's getting unstable, along with every other empire. However, it's not quite over yet, as the Khaki Team is beginning to, how do I put it this way? The Khaki Team is beginning to collapse. Yeah, their empire is collapsing. The first ever empire, the Khaki Team Empire, also one of my favourite countries on this map, the Khaki Team is beginning to collapse. We see this with the beginning of the rebellion of Brazil. Brazil will break away from the Khaki Team, and not too long after that, Australia will break away. And not even too long after that, the Chocolate Team will lose its foothold in Australia. And Australia will then begin its invasion into the blue team side of Australia. The people have had enough. They want freedom, and the bells of freedom are now ringing across the world. Not only are they ringing inside of the empires across the world, They also ring within the red team. This red team leader is a dictator. He is not like the previous leader, who was a kind gentleman. And this is serious, this is a law drop. Something happens. Not too long after the invasion of the Turquoise team and the rebellions of Australia and Brazil from the Khaki team and also the other two teams, the leader, some spies sent from an unknown country, get into the red team's capital and are able to find files. And those files are from the assassination of the red team. They dig into the files and learn that a certain power did it. They learn that the red team lied. It was not the chocolate team, and it wasn't any Iberian nation or the Khaki team. This news gets out across all of the red team's empire, and once the public start learning about the truth of the red team, once a country they believed in, a country they thought was a country they could believe in, the leader, the everything, they learn that the new leader is just a dictator who wants to expand. He doesn't want the world to be free, and he especially doesn't want his people to know the truth. So not too long after this, that these spies are caught, and they are taken in for answers, and it is, I'll let you know next episode. The spies eventually kind of forced him saying which country they came from, and the news of this is heartbreaking to the leader. Not really, but I was going to leave for next episode, but it actually kind of has to play into what's going to happen. These spies were hired by the Central Asian Union. The red team is furious, and they declare war on the Central Asian Union, and the world is absolutely disgusted. This news is now all over the world, and the Lion team also has it, the Finnish have it, the Turquoise team has it, which is the reason they joined the war. But the Central Asian Union betrayed the red team. It is time for the end of the red team empire, their leader says. It is time to decolonize the world, and we will see the beginning of a new front. This front will be called the Coalition. This front is the Coalition of Freedom. The Central Asian Union is the leading nation of the Coalition of Freedom. Along with them is the Turquoise team, who is already in the Circle Alliance, as well as the Moroccan team, China, Korea, Vietnam, and Tibet. The Coalition of Freedom is now at its full force. They are the ones who funded the rebellions inside of these colonies. And it's now time for the climax of World War II. The Central Asian Union, with help from the Turquoise team, will mobilise its military and will begin to invade their former ally who they trusted. At this point, the Red Team's army is not fighting for them anymore. The Red Team's armies over in Persia are not fighting for them anymore. But coming back over to Europe, we see the end of the Khaki team, as their country is now going through riots, and it was once a great union which was peaceful. But with the recent discovery of everything in the Coalition of the Freedom, we see a rebellion take place that will take the capital of the Khaki team and will send up a new government as they surrender to the Red team. The Chocolate team sees this and is in full-on panic mode. Morocco is now mobilised and they begin their invasion. They begin their invasion of the Burgundy team, who has no morale. Their armies also all over the place, and we see the Moroccan team somehow take the capital of the Burgundy team. This is the end of the age of imperialization. The blue team, seeing that the Burgundy team just got destroyed, will surrender, and at this point, the colonies of the world are breaking away one by one. The biggest colony, I think, in the world, the Burgundy team's colony, will completely declare independence, along with every colony that was owned by these two countries. Every single one breaks away. The Chocolate team is the only remaining front against the Coalition of the Freedom, along with the Red team. Troops from the Moroccan team will enter into the Chocolate team as they watch as hundreds of thousands of troops from different countries who aren't even participating in the war, but basically are. And what I mean is Japan's basically being involved. The Pink team's involved. Even this guy by here is involved. They are colonial power as well, but they're involved. But they've made kind of a promise to say we will release our colonies a little bit after World War II is over. But anyway, the brown team is going to begin to collapse. As troops on the red team and also the why have I forgot? Troops on the red team and Morocco will enter in. At this point, it is over, as we see the final colonies of the world begin to break away. South Africa will declare its independence, America will declare its independence, the British Isles will break away, and the Chocolate team will surrender to the Coalition of the Freedom. Oh, but it's not quite over, because we still have somebody remaining. Morocco will now send its troops into the Red team to free this part of Africa, which has not seen independence for ages. And this invasion goes successful, as we see the people who once opened arms for the Red team to come into their country. We see both these areas of occupation declare their independence, along with Egypt and Algeria. Africa is independent now, minus the dark purple team, but at this point, another country is going to betray the Red team. What was their puppet? Oh yeah, Poland. Poland just kind of surrendered. They're not a colonial power, and they don't really want to be. They just kind of were like, we don't want to be involved with this, we surrender. Kind of got a mention. I'm an idiot, sorry. Poland will sign a ceasefire and will agree with Finland and the Lion Team to not do this anymore. But it doesn't really matter, because the Lion Team is no longer focused on taking out. It's no longer focused on taking out Poland. Their troops are entering into the Red team. The greatest ally of the Red team is now betraying them. They were a helper in World War I, and they helped the Red team throughout everything, but they are now invading the Red team to kill them. At this rate, the pink team will join the war. And this concludes it. The red team is done for. With the pink team's entrance into the war, they will send their troops in to reclaim the land they lost to the war they had with the red team. And this is basically the end. The alarms in the red team are now being set off, but even then it doesn't matter, because now we see the blue team unite with their former self to get revenge on the red team. Yet another country is going against the red team and is now beginning to invade them. This is the most united the world has been to take down the red team. The turquoise team will capture whatever land they can, but at this point, the rebellions from Egypt are now entering into the red team as they want the head of the leader, and the armies of the red team are just allowing this. And we see the rebellions get to the capital of the red team, and this is a war crime, but there's not really much anybody can do about it. But what happens is once people get to the capital of the red team, they get the leader and they execute him in the capital of the red team. And with this, a new leader from the rebellions of Africa is put into the red team, who will surrender to the coalition of freedom. Along with this, we see Italy also go down, and the coalition of the freedom have won the war. World War II is over, and all colonial empires, except from 2, have been destroyed. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.